This is a topic we're going to talk about, Christine, and everyone at home, that touches so many people. It's divorce, tough for parents to tell their kids. Rosalind Sedaka went through the exact same experience more than a decade ago. She joins us live with how she did it and how she wants you to do it too. You wrote a book, or a storybook, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Tell us about your experience when you told your kids you and your husband were getting a divorce.
Well, it was very traumatic for me, and I didn't quite know how to do it. And I came up with this idea in the middle of the night to present a storybook with family photos and family history in short pieces, how Mom and Dad met and how happy we were to have them born and the situation currently happening. And it worked out so successfully for my son more than a decade ago that I wrote this book now with template, fill-in-the-blank templates, so parents can customize, and the story is written for them so they don't have to stammer through the conversation.
Fascinating. What qualifies you is not only did you go through it yourself, you're a corporate trainer, you deal with, dumbing down processes for, dozens and dozens of people in a room, really, and explaining to them how things work. So this is an interactive book, and I'm going to show it to people in a second, but it's on the computer, and you fill in the blank with pictures and your own story?
Family pictures, family history, so that the children get an idea there was a past, a present, and a future in their lives, and that change, while awkward and difficult, doesn't have to be the end of life, that things are going to be okay, and that in the end the family has a future to look forward to, which is very important for kids to understand.
And here is your story in this book I have here. I'm opening it up because it says this book is dedicated to our son, Cassidy Daniel Sedaka, and in it you have all these pictures, look guys, of your life, the husband, the wife, the kid, there's a little baby, you got trips for you guys here on the beach. So basically, what was your son's reaction to this book when you said, honey, it's not your fault, because that's one of the vital messages?
Vital message, yes. Of course, he was upset that Mom and Dad were getting a divorce, but he's a grown man now, and he came to me as a young adult and said, Ma, you really handled it very, very well, and I appreciate the fact that you created a collaborative divorce with Dad, and my son's getting married next month, and we're both going to be there at the wedding. So we were very important for us that we co-parented, and it made a big difference, and I'm trying to share that message with other people.
I mean, one of the things my mom did, my parents were divorced too, and her big thing was, they were divorced since I could remember, really. Her big thing was always, whether she, disliked my dad or vice versa, they always talked, about each other to me in a very positive light. No matter what they were going through, he was still the best dad in the world. Is that also advice you would give kids?
Essential, very important. One of the biggest mistakes parents make is when they put each other down, or when they make the child the pawn, or to tell secrets and find out things from each other. You
can't wait to hear what your father did to me. Like, exactly, that stuff you definitely don't want to talk about.
It scars children for life. So if you could be proactive and have what I call a child-centered divorce, then your children are going to be able to get through the changes, understand it's another part of life, and move through it without those emotional scars.
One of the things you say here, our last point I want to touch on, this is about change, not about blame. Isn't that tough when you're in the relationship and someone's to blame for something?
Sure, it's very hard. You have to keep the adult information to yourself. Your children should not be privy to the weight of those kinds of pieces of information. And if you do that, you allow them to have their childhood. And you don't want divorce to take that childhood away from them. Rosalind
Sedaka, certified corporate trainer. She wrote the book. It's here on CD. By the way, you can get all her information. All her websites are on our website. For more information on helping kids cope with divorce, that's the name of the book, or to sign up for Rosalind's free child-centered divorce e-zine. How cool is that? An e-zine, a magazine online? Yes. Check out the web link section of the morning news section of CBS4.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.